Hello and welcome to UFC 54, Matt Hughes versus Joe Riggs. That's probably an easy main event for Matt Hughes. Just go in, destroy Joe Riggs, squeeze in as many title defenses as you can before we build up GSP. And in the co-main event, Tito Ortiz is going to be taking on Jeremy Horn. And that's a good one for Tito. In real life, Jeremy Horn, Gumby got the title shot. Tito is just going to get that win, fight Chuck another time. I hope Gumby could be the fucking spoiler in this all. Forrest Griffin's back again already. Nick Diaz versus Frank Trigg. And then the feature fight, big, lanky, big old maniac Tim Sylvia will be fighting Paul Buentello, who has like a 20-8 record. Not a bad record, but a lot smaller. You got Shoney Carter on the prelims, and you got some big fight announcements coming after that. Let's jump in to Kevin Jordan versus James Irvin. Two men that could both be light heavyweights to open up the card, but relatively small. Kevin the Shaman Jordan, who was an NCAA wrestler at 235 pounds, taking on the Sandman James Irvin. Now, James Irvin could make light heavyweight very easily, but he is staying up here for now with a 15-pound weight advantage. Let's start this fight. Neither of these pro fighters have a team. Let's see it. Touch gloves, Irvin attacks. Jordan with the counter left. Irvin probably just going to head kick him, use his jiu-jitsu to knock out the wrestler. Big right hand. Jordan stumbling. Crack of the chin already. James the Sandman. Can he put him to sleep? Muay Thai clinch. I'm expecting knees and elbows. Uh-oh. Here we go. Nice knee to the rib. Absolutely got to just beat the gas out of Jordan. And he's trying to wrestle out of the clinch, but he just can't. And his knee is going to get... The knees are impounding Jordan's stomach. And there you go. Jordan gets out of it, but the gas tank has to be butchered already because Kevin has like a softer midsection. Taking those big knees from a Muay Thai striker ain't going to feel good. And now Irvin is trying to readjust, find another opening. He's not really trying to volume strike or get too close. He's playing it really smart here, avoiding the wrestling. And just, there you go, big right head kick. He's just finding his shots, and a massive right head kick lands, and it slaps Jordan on the chin. It's his reaction to go down. Yes, it is. Jordan can't take the shot. He falls to his side. Irvin kneels next to him, tries to unload. Can he put him away? And Jordan just can't get away from him. James the Sandman Irvin knocks out Kevin Jordan. Head kick TKO. Hammer fist. There you go. 8-1. James Irvin still at heavyweight. Now we got Bill Mahood taking on the Alaskan Assassin, Sam Hoger. I'm going to go with Sam Hoger here. That's going to be my prediction. He's 205. We don't have anybody from Alaska. Bill Mahood's a little bit older already. He probably would have fit in with like bare knuckle guys, but you know, he just wasn't young enough for that. Nice right hand for Mahood. Nice left by Hoger. Sam Hoger should not be baited into a brawl by Mahood. He should try to take him down if I was Hoger. Nice right hook by Hoger, though. There you go. Left jab and a right hook doesn't land. Nice 1-2 from Mahood. Mahood wants this on the feet. Sam Hoger, you would think, would want this on the ground. Nice right cross from Mahood. Hoger shoots. One leg up against the cage. Some cage wrestling. Can he get the sweep? He can't get the sweep. So that's the end of the round with Hoger winning on control time. Not super exciting. Nice jab from Mahood. Hoger, they're exchanging, but Mahood has big power, so I'd be careful if I was Hoger. Nice right hand with from Hoger there. And Hoger breathing heavy already. Nice leg kick from Mahood. Nice 1-2 from Hoger, cutting off the distance. Mahood, the striker, getting surprised by the striking of Hoger. Hoger shoots again. This time, Mahood gets taken down. So there you go. It does benefit you to switch it up. Hoger, fires away for some punches. Maybe Hoger could be built into something. He's only 25. Tries to get past the guard. He can't. He's just kind of smothering him with some right punches. Not doing a lot. Mahood just kind of behind. He's an older man. Not able to get the striking off on the jiu-jitsu player. In fact, he's getting... he did just land a big right, though. But Hoger's young enough where he could eat punches like that. Mahood with a nice leg kick. But it could be too little too late. And there you go. Hoger has him up against the cage. And he's just kind of laying on him. Nice elbow, actually. Cuts Mahood open, but it's not really pretty. Some knees, some elbows. Very tentative, pounding, just wearing away shots from Sam Hoger. Bill Mahood cutting open like an old leather seat. And Hoger takes him down one last time. Into side control. Beats him up. Very clear 30-27 for Sam Hoger. And there you go, the Alaskan Assassin with the win. Give some respect to Bill Mahood. Bill Mahood didn't get finished, but Hoger's just kind of young, so needs time to develop if he does become anything. Next up, this guy doesn't need time to develop, is Lee Murray. Of course, the infamous criminal who was, why is he Middle Eastern? I don't know, but he's very English, and he hits very hard. And, we don't know. He's not going to go to jail in this save, so he has a chance to be something good. But Travis Lutter, very good coach. We don't really know about him as an MMA fighter, at least I don't. Knocked out Marvin the Beastman Eastman. I didn't know that. So that's pretty good. Got submitted by Matt Lindland. Lindland was always a pretty good grappler, so that's understandable. Let's see if the serial killer could beat somebody who might actually be a, serial killer, Lightning Lee Murray, the felon. Two criminals going at it. They start with a touch of gloves, though, very respectful. Murray, of course, trying to get the knockout, and Lutter with the grappling. Nice right hand from the shorter man, and Murray. And Murray again with the right cross. So the kickboxing of Murray is definitely outpacing Travis Lutter. There we go. Lutter again with the left hand. Nice job. Big right uppercut for Lee Murray. And Lutter's knocked down. Big punches from Murray. And that's it. That's it. Lightning Lee Murray makes it lightning fast. He comes in and he just walks down Travis Lutter, beats him up with one uppercut, and then just puts him away. Very impressive from Lightning Lee Murray, and I do think he could become something. Calls out Ivan Saliveri, saying he's going to kick his fucking ass. There you go, Lee Murray. Brian Gasaway taking on Diego Sanchez. Of course, in real life, Diego Sanchez would win tough, and now he's taking on Mandingo Brian Gasaway. I'm expecting a nightmare to make very, very easy work of Brian Gasaway. Now, Diego Sanchez actually could go to 155 or 185. I don't know how long we're going to keep him at 170. We're going to have to see how these divisions kind of play out. So here we go. A touch of gloves, and Gasaway probably a lamb out to pasture tonight for the Nightmare. The Nightmare, I mean, come on. There you go. Elite head movement, just volume punching Gasaway up, landed 1-2, 1-2, backing away, and Sanchez just beating him up, hitting him everywhere in the stomach and the face. And you gotta think if you're Gasaway, how long can you take this whooping before you go down? Gasaway with two left hands, but a big left jab goes down the middle, and that's the thing. It's just Sanchez is just a little bit sharper. But there you go. A little forehead cut from Gasaway's retaliation. So Sanchez talking shit, probably saying that cut didn't do much, and catches Gasaway with the left hook. So Sanchez gets up in his face and walks him down really effectively there, but he did get cut open. So it's not like Gasaway wasn't able to catch him too. But the volume of Sanchez just probably looked a lot better to the judges, because even though he didn't land a ton, he was throwing a ton. Gasaway with the left cross, I expect something big. So there you go. Big flurry from Sanchez, almost landed that knockout left. Gasaway has to be careful here. Nice right hook from Sanchez. I mean, there you go. This is a brawl. 4-punch combination from Sanchez. Sanchez is not playing around here. Nice job. This is a great debut for Diego Sanchez. Another big counter right for Sanchez. He's looking pretty nasty right now. I mean, they're just throwing. They're absolutely throwing. They're getting tired, too. Big right hand again from Sanchez. And another big counter from Sanchez. Looking like Max Holloway here against Gasaway. I mean, he is beating Gasaway up. And there you go, folks. Another big couple of punches. Left hook from Sanchez. I mean, I have to agree with the game here. Gasaway is getting destroyed. Sanchez getting pulled into a clinch. Sanchez is going to wrestle Gasaway to the ground. And he does. So now he's using his jiu-jitsu. Gets the mount. Gets the armbar. And he beats the shit out of Gasaway on the feet. Then he says, you know what? This whole time I could have just took you down and subbed you in about 10 seconds. And he does. More than doubles him on significant strikes. And just an easy sub from Diego Sanchez. What a debut from the Nightmare. I mean, yeah, man. That's a big debut. That's going to be impactful in the really stacked welterweight division, because we got a young John Fitch, got a young GSP, we got Jason Black, Jason Von Flew, fucking, Carlo Prater, Carlos Condit. We got everybody here at 170, so it's a very competitive division right now. That's a really good statement for your debut to get a finish. And in the last preliminary fight, what a fight this would be. Quick Mike Swick taking on Shoney Carter. Both of these guys strikers, both of these guys finishers. Let's see them go at it. Of course, Swick, looking bigger, but Shoney, with that fur coat, he, maybe at the weigh-ins, he just looked a little bit more solid. Swick, maybe you won't be able to find the punches here. Swick with a 4-punch combination. Damn, okay. So he eats a jab coming in, gets cut open, and just bombs him with 4. That has to not be fun for Shoney Carter. Big right hook again for Swick. Yeah, Shoney's boxing was good, but Swick is just, damn, he's pounding him in. 3 punches, right hook. Nice job. Nice job. He's on the right jab, the left roundhouse kick, trying to refine range. So he's Shoney Carter, really good job throwing the kicks because he's trying to establish range against Mike Swick, who's getting up in his face, kind of beating him up here. Shoney Carter with a big left cross. I mean, he's hurting him. Shoney, there you go. Shoney with the left cross. Now Swick with 5. I mean, that's never good. Swick, oh man. Swick is really looking great in this fight. I mean, this is another really good fight. Shoney with the right hook. Damn, big couple of jabs from Swick and a right hook. He's just tripling whatever Shoney Carter does. I mean, yeah, there you go. I don't like the doctor coming in. Nice 1-2 for Swick, but Shoney returns favor. Shoney has to put the pace on. Yeah, big left hand. Swick is countering, jabbing him up, landing crosses, probably rocking him all around. And Shoney Carter, again, going with the kick, trying to find some range. But this, I mean, it's only been a round, and Shoney Carter probably feels like he's been in there for, you know, a championship bout already. He's probably tired. There you go. And Shoney Carter's hurt. Shoney Carter's hurt. Shoney Carter is hurt from the right hand, countering the body kick up against the cage. He is hanging on for dear life. And a big right uppercut from Mike Swick. He's pounding on Shoney Carter. Another right cross. Pounding on Shoney Carter. Shoney Carter, I mean, the referee, stop this one. Stop this one. Big right hand misses. Shoney Carter running. He's literally running. He's running away from Mike Swick. And eventually comes back, lands a right hand. But the big flurry from Mike Swick just rocks him all over. Swick bleeding, he doesn't even care. I mean, he is rocking Shoney from post to post in this cage fight. And that's just how it is. Shoney with the jumping spinning kick. He's going for broke here. He's going for broke. Mike Swick is not playing around. Big combination again from Mike Swick. Shoney with the jab and a left roundhouse kick, and Swick is just nailing punches. Jumping spin kick from Shoney Carter. There you go. The big flash from Mr. International. You know, spin kick, I would just say it's like it's a spinning heel kick. Lands on Mike Swick. Mike Swick eats it. He wants more. What a good round. What a good fight. Fight of the night, probably for sure right now. And Swick using his length to just pick Shoney Carter apart with volume. And that's just how it is. That's just how it is with a taller, better striker. And he's younger too. You know, he's really in his prime. Swick wants to take him down. I don't know why he's going for the takedown. Shoney doesn't let that happen. Swick, I guess he didn't like that spinning kick. Probably slapped him on the face pretty good. And he just doesn't want to take Shoney Carter down right now. Shoney Carter not letting it happen. Swick going back to the striking, and they are tired. And I don't blame them. This is a good fight. Shoney taking control of the grappling, and now Shoney Carter going to be attempting his first takedown attempt of the save. This could be interesting. Mike Swick doesn't let it happen, and they're just kind of going back and forth with trips and not really getting anything, and that's just how it is. Mike Swick obviously wins with a 30-27. Really good fight. I mean, that is, for MMA, 60 punches in 3 rounds. I mean, it's pretty, and especially for this game, that is some really nasty volume. And Shoney Carter only landed 1/4 of what Mike Swick did. So he tripled him on significant strikes, and that's just how it is. That spin kick was all he really had. You know, the grappling could have been something, but Mike Swick just beat the shit out of him. And now we are opening up the main card for UFC 54. Frank Trigg taking on Nick Diaz. This is going to be a good competitive fight. I'm not babying Nick Diaz. I'm giving him a very tough, legit opponent. He's already fought the likes of Karo Parisian, Drew Fickett, Robbie Lawler. So this is already a guy that's pretty established. He's just mad young. Frank Trigg was always a pretty solid fighter, coming off of his 2 championship fights with Matt Hughes. I mean, he did get tossed around in those fights. Beat Fabiano Iha and Dennis Superman Hallman. So he does have some good wins as well. I expect Nick Diaz to get this, but the veteran, I mean, you know, that older, the grown man strength could be the determining factor. We'll have to see. Diaz coming in with a big left, pops him on the side of the ribs. That's an interesting way to open the fight. Just a big straight left to your rib cage. That is probably not what Trigg wanted. He just grabs Diaz. He's saying, I'm not doing this. I'm not letting you pop my ribs open. I'm going to try to throw you. And he sweeps him. And he sweeps him. Judo toss. It looks like Kayla Harrison and Murr. I'm talking about that type of judo toss. Right over the fucking hips and just down into side control. Big elbows by Frank Trigg. And those Diaz brothers, they do bust open pretty easily. Frank Trigg trying to get the mount. Diaz gets his back taken. Trigg pounding away. Oh my god, he's going to rear naked choke Nick Diaz. Oh no, Diaz is prying him away. And there we go. There we go, man. I mean, this might be it. Frank Trigg might just get a really good win over Nick Diaz here. Frank Trigg, he taps Nick Diaz out in the first round. Who would have expected that? Nick Diaz came in and he popped him to the body. Frank Trigg said, fuck no. Took him down and just subbed him like that. That is the power of a judo toss. And that is the power of a veteran wrestler, but more so that is the power probably of Extreme Couture compared to a young Cesar Gracie Jiu-Jitsu team. It doesn't have a bunch of established guys right now, right? Diaz brothers, Melendez, Jake Shields, they're all really young. Really young. So Extreme Couture is just able to outmaneuver Nick Diaz, and that's a big win for Twinkle Toes Frank Trigg. Gonna be going on, like, if anybody's talking about Frank Trigg, they're gonna say maybe that's his best win. A young Nick Diaz, that's pretty good, man. That is a pretty good win. But now we have the winner of Tough, Forrest Griffin, 1-0 in the UFC over Stefan Bonner. It was an amazing fight, and he obviously, you know, he's a pretty good fighter. Ended up becoming a world champion. I think he beat Rampage is who he beat for the light heavyweight title, and he's taking on Bobby Southworth. Now the thing with Bobby Southworth is, he is here to lose. He is a can. He's here to lose. Belfort destroyed him. He lost to Sam Hoger. We're hoping Forrest Griffin could get this one done. Hoping Forrest Griffin could get this one done relatively easily and looking good. So Southworth hitting a left, but Forrest Griffin about to show the world what he's learned since that tough finale just a couple months ago. You know, really just display his skills. Big combination. But, you know, he's going for broke early because he just wants to make quick work of Bobby Southworth. He's not able to land, though. So, maybe Southworth a little bit more tricky than we anticipated. And, yeah, Griffin and him, they're not catching each other. Nice punch, little kick to the leg. Southworth with a 1-2. It's kind of big 1-2 from Southworth. He might steal this round. Left hand from Southworth. No, there you go. There you go. Griffin, you know, seeing that he's about to lose a really slow round, he just fucking explodes with the combination, and he probably steals that round. So there you go. Forrest Griffin getting that round one, just stealing it at the end there. Hopefully we see more. Big left hook from Southworth. A lot of punches. A lot of punches from Griffin, man. He's fighting at an extraordinarily high pace. Low kick does not happen, and Griffin is just throwing. Southworth wants to take Forrest Griffin down. I mean, he might do that. Griffin doesn't let that happen, so eventually he gets pressed up against the cage, and Southworth lands an elbow, cuts Griffin open. Oh my god. And you know what? Griffin has a lot of work. Here comes the takedown by Bobby Southworth. Holy shit. Bobby Southworth is about to fucking beat Forrest Griffin. He's got both hooks in. He's about to rear naked choke Forrest Griffin and fucking destroy Tough. Oh my god, Griffin, you better survive. Holy shit. Oh my god, no. Oh, Forrest Griffin, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing? Fuck, okay. Alright, Forrest Griffin, you gotta get this round. Left jab and across by Southworth. And big 4 punches for Griffin. Southworth, at least he's gassing. I'd just knee him and kick him to the body at this point. Just take his gas away. Nice slip and a nice... Now Griffin's starting to look like a nice kickboxer. He's slipping and he's throwing, but Jesus Christ. Nice job. You know, Griffin came out early looking hyper-aggressive, and that does not always work out, as Alonzo Metafield will tell you. Left jab and a quick kick by Forrest Griffin. Southworth not able to be resisting being pulled into the clinch. Griffin gonna get taken down again. Oh my god, please, he's throwing up a fucking triangle. Please get this fucking triangle. Yes! Yes! Another fucking crazy fight by Forrest Griffin. Another fucking crazy fight. Holy shit, man. That is insane. That is insane. To do what he did to Stefan Bonner in that fucking classic, I'm going to have that sort of nail-biter with 57 seconds left of a fight that he was losing. Throwing up that triangle with the armbar with 57 seconds left before he lost that fight and just ruined Tough. My lord, I imagine that all of the investors and everybody's just breaking a fucking sweat right there. Forrest Griffin, man, what a performance. Holy shit. We gotta keep feeding him cans because he is garbage, my lord. Tim Sylvia, Paul Buentello, this should be a banger. And by banger, I mean Tim Sylvia should walk Paul Buentello down and kill him. I mean, come on, man. Got knocked out by fucking Bobby. Oh, he didn't get knocked out by Bobby Hoffman. Either way, he's gonna get his chin bounced. He beat Mike Kyle. That's cool. Tim Sylvia, I think Mike Kyle was like a domestic abuser or something. Tim Sylvia is like 7 feet tall, and he doesn't look probably in this good shape anymore. But you know, he did lose to Frank Mir. He lost to Arlovsky, and those were embarrassing losses. But Rico Rodriguez and Gan McGee, they were all right. Wesley Correa was not all right. But Tim Sylvia, Paul Buentello, let's just get this beat down over with. Sylvia's a huge guy. These are two super heavyweights naturally. Buentello missing a right hand. Big attack from Sylvia. Buentello with the left cross. Jab from Sylvia and a low kick. So Sylvia not really wanting to throw crazy stuff early. Maybe he wants to take his time, see if he can manage his stamina. I don't know why he would do that. He's kind of blitzed early. Maybe he just wants to prevent that. Nice job. Nice tentative kickboxing. Kind of just, you know. Oh, wow. So he's trying to set up a big shot, but he's getting cut open. Nice left hook by Sylvia. Big Tim. Buentello with the left hook. Closing the distance on a guy like Tim Sylvia is just so, like, it's hard. He's just so big, and he can just hit so hard. Like, there you go. Your whole hairline's fucking leaking blood. You look like a water balloon full of Kool-Aid, you know? Like, you can't close the distance on a guy like that without expecting anything back. See, left hook, and now you're going to get hit. See, big 2 punches, doesn't get the body shot, but Sylvia looking calm and collected, and there he goes. Nice, finds a nice boxing angle, just pierces him with the combination. Jesus Christ, Buentello falls to the floor. That's 300 pounds of fucking fist in your face. Buentello getting knocked down. I mean, yeah, that's probably not. I wouldn't give that a 10-8 personally, but it's not far away from a 10-8. Not far away from a 10-8. Buentello did land, but I mean, Sylvia murdered him. Sylvia's murdering him. You know, and there you go. You missed the right. And here's the thing. Tim Sylvia, I don't know what just happened, but he looks like a star right now. He looks amazing. His striking looks so good. And he just fucking floors him. Probably kills Buentello there. Buentello, I mean, he should have just pretended like he was knocked out, because now you got 6'8" of the Maniac raining down on you, and that is it. Yeah, that is it. The Maniac Tim Sylvia looked incredibly good. Wants Arlovsky? Nah, I don't know. Maybe we'll give him Arlovsky. I don't think we're going to give him Arlovsky. I think we're going to look at our options for the heavyweight division, because after this card, after I announce the next pay-per-view, you guys are going to be like, what the fuck? This next pay-per-view is crazy. Huntington Beach bad boy Tito Ortiz looking to get a light heavyweight title shot either at the end of this year or the beginning of next year against the man who beat him, his rival, Chuck Liddell. Now, he has beat some of the best, right? He's beat Wanderlei, Vitor, UK Kondo, Evan Tanner, Ken. He's had some amazing wins, but he just wants to reclaim that title. He does not want to let Jeremy Gumby Horn come into this promotion, right, and just taking what he's worked for. So, you know, he just doesn't really want to let that happen. Horn was never a huge superstar or anything. He's always been a solid guy with a solid record, with solid wins, like Gilbert Yvel, Christophe, the French guy, I don't know. Dean Lister, he was a great submission guy, Dean Lister. You got Akira Shoji, losses to Randy Couture. But that's kind of the thing with him, is like the big guys that he fought, and I understand the Chuck rematch, but that was so long ago, man. Nobody remembers that. But the big names that he's fought, really, like Ricardo Arona, right? He beat him. It was close. Elvis Sonic, that guy is not super good, but I think he was, maybe he had like a grappling career in Australia. I don't know. Randy Couture, like he's just never been able to pull the trigger on becoming the number one guy in the world. People were not looking at the best middleweights of all time and being like, oh, you got to put Gumby on there. Like they're just not. And he doesn't want that. So he wants to cement a legacy for himself that includes beating Tito Ortiz and beating Chuck Liddell in his prime and becoming UFC world champion. Tito Ortiz is not going to let that happen, but I don't know. You know, this is an interesting style fight for Tito. There we go. Big right hook for Ortiz. Horn with the right hand. Left hook. There you go. Ortiz striking with him. I mean, that's fine. That's fine. Gumby on the feet. Not really super good, but Tito was more of a wrestler, but he's kind of... They're kind of just going back and forth with big shots. Big like ones and twos. Just kind of reaching out with straights and trying to hurt each other. And that's what they're doing. They're banging each other up, but they're missing a lot too. So they're striking defense a little bit better than their offense. Nice right cross from Horn. And there you go. 1-2 from Horn. This is a really close round. This is a really close round. There you go. Nice left by Tito. Ortiz closing it up. There you go. Counter striking really well. Horn missing. Tito missing. But I would say that this was probably Ortiz's round just by a little bit. They're throwing a shit ton. Yes, 6 to 7 strikes. They're throwing a shit ton, but they're not landing a lot. Ortiz is just barely outstriking them. See, they're missing, and Horn is gassing, and that could be the telltale sign of the fight. If Horn gasses in the round 2, it's not going to be good for his career. As Tito, I mean, he could go up, and he could have a lot of big money fights. Horn needs this win, man. Tito is probably going to get this. Ortiz missing, though. So Horn, even though he's gassed, he's fighting really smart. And Ortiz with the big left cross. And, you know, he is getting countered. Ortiz is looking pretty okay. Left hook by both of these guys. Horn getting grabbed with Ortiz. And Ortiz finally going to start the wrestling. And Ortiz just found out what he wanted to find out. And that is that he could out-grapple Jeremy Horn. At least with the cage wrestling. So, there you go. Cinches round 2 for sure. Not a great fight. But at least Tito is proving himself the victor here. Nice left by Ortiz. Horn's exhausted. Ortiz with a big counter. There you go. I mean, as long as Ortiz could just kind of stay out of the way, land some shots, left hand, right cross, maybe grapple him up yeah, there you go. Grapple him up against the cage. Just hurt him. Oh, no, there you go. Horn kind of is... He was blocking the elbows and the uppercuts from the clinch, but Ortiz is kind of catching him now. And yeah, he gets it. Big elbow from Ortiz, big knee from Ortiz, and Ortiz kneeing him, stomping him. I mean, he's beating him up now. Big shots to the stomach from Tito Ortiz. The referee doesn't want to see it anymore, but Tito likely cinching this unless Horn gets something crazy. Now, I wouldn't be swinging big shots with 40 seconds left of a fight that you're winning, but it's not enough. And there you go. Ortiz just puts him up against the cage. Gonna be 30-27 Tito Ortiz. Was close round 1 and a close... Well, not a close round 2, but a really close round 1. Was a close fight overall. Huntington Beach bad boy just got the win. Not a great fight, but I really do believe that it's a post-fight promo from Tito Ortiz on Chuck Liddell, which is going to be a lot more entertaining than that fight was. But still, not a bad performance. Like I don't mind if a fight doesn't have a ton going on, but the performance was really smart. It made sense. You don't want to really go to the ground with a guy whose jiu-jitsu you're afraid of, so you kind of stay at range. You play with him on the feet. You know he doesn't have a good gas tank. So, you know, once you can outstrike him, if you can't really knock him out, if you can't put something together, you just hold him up against that cage and you punish him. And Tito Ortiz did a great job of that. But now it's time for the main event. Matt Hughes versus Joe Riggs. Now, Joe Riggs is 22 years old. I don't know if he'd be the youngest UFC champion of all time at this point. I just lost to Ivan Salaviri, so this is a weird title shot, I do guess, but yeah, Rumble on the Rock when he got knocked out by Correa. This guy fought at like a billion different weight classes. The truth of the matter is he has a good record, and he's popular enough to fit in this slot when not a lot of guys are. So Matt Hughes probably just gonna steamroll him like he's been doing. He's been steamrolling guys. Sean Shirk's only loss was to Matt Hughes. Let's just get it over with. Minus 1,070. Here we go. Riggs doesn't want to fucking touch gloves. 2 bombs from Joe Riggs, but Hughes gets him, puts him up against the cage, takes him down, puts him in a half guard, beats the fuck out of him, and just keeps beating the fuck out of him. Maybe he's like holding his wrist, making him touch gloves. He's just beating the shit out of Joe Riggs here. And he's not even trying. He's not even trying to advance position. He's just not letting Joe Riggs advance position. Jesus Christ. Matt Hughes is a fucking psychopath. Holy shit. He's just being in the shit. He's not even trying. He's not even trying to advance position. He was just... God damn, man. That is the clearest 10-8 I've ever seen. 40 punches on the ground. That is a 10-8 round right there. And Riggs throws a 1-2. More bombs. He's not throwing anything. He's probably exhausted and mangled up at that point. Hughes has him up against the cage. And he's hurting him. Uppercutting him. Elbowing him. Dirty boxing him. Stomping him. Just slap. I'd imagine he's slapping him. He's just fucking destroying Joe Riggs. Jesus Christ, man. You should have touched his gloves. Riggs with a big right and a big left. Were they big enough shots? They did cut Hughes open, but I hope that doesn't just piss him off even more. And Riggs with the left hook. But Hughes is probably mad now. Up against the cage he goes. And he actually wasn't able to take him down in the second round. So maybe he did get hurt by those big shots. Joe Riggs. What is up with that 22-year-old Joe Riggs? Hughes is probably going to just take him down. If you don't land the shots, this Matt Hughes is going to shoot on you. But he's not. He's not. Joe Riggs, man. He must have had some venom in those bit. Okay, this fight got more interesting. He got the shit beat out of him in round 1 for most of round 2. But when he landed those big shots, seems like it did something to Matt Hughes because he does not. Big left hand, and it lands hard. Riggs looks like he is dead, though, and that might be what Matt Hughes wants. Could this be a prolonged torture? Or is Matt Hughes really stunned by these big shots from Joe Riggs? Up against the cage, Hughes beating him up again, but he's not finishing him. That's the thing, he's just not finishing him. He's beating him up, but he's just not going for the sub. He's not going for the takedown. He's uppercutting him, elbowing him, probably slicing open him, making him look like a bloody mess there, but not doing what he really needs to do. Hughes grabs him, takes him down, and that's going to be it. And then he just decapitates him. Holy shit. Fucking A. Big elbow strike. Busts him the fuck open. And probably right when the referee is about to stop it, he just stops. He starts unloading. He starts rocking Riggs' skull in. Throws a big fucking elbow. Referee's like, fight back, fight back. And then Matt Hughes stops. And he looks at him and says, we're not done. It's not over. He gets in a mount. Is he going to make him tap, or is he just going to hurt him? He's going to submit him. He's going to make him tap. Joe Riggs is dead, man. Joe Riggs at this point probably looks like a mummified corpse. So if you don't tap him, yeah, he had a tap. Jesus Christ. Matt Hughes with one of the nastiest dominations. A psychopathic performance. I mean, psychopathic guy in Matt Hughes. And he's happy he's the champion. There's Giant Silva. Let's see the pop gains that we got. So Matt Hughes... good, 11, so he could still main event, and that's good. Tito probably went up a little bit, but not a lot. 7.4, my God. Sylvia probably did actually go up a good amount, right? 9? Fucking A, dude. He got a fucking... Oh, my God, man. Forrest Griffin, did your pop go up? 16. Okay, so some of these guys got big boosts. Like, Forrest Griffin got a big boost. Frank Trigg got a massive boost, got 20 points of popularity. But, damn, Sylvia did not get a lot of love from the crowd there. I mean, I thought it was a fun performance. Bonuses, I don't know if you give I mean, Forrest Griffin for Fight of the Night. Oh, I don't know. Mike Swick, Shoney Carter was pretty good. I think we could give Forrest Griffin, Bobby Southworth Fight of the Night. I mean, just because. Diego Sanchez should get a performance bonus, of course. Mike Swick looked good, but he couldn't finish Shoney Carter. Matt Hughes, I mean, that was just brutal. Knockout of the night to Sylvia. I mean, sure. I like Lee Murray. I like James Irvin's. But Sylvia did have like a really concrete performance. Frank Trigg gets sub of the night because, no, he doesn't. But he gets a performance bonus. But there you go. Those are, did we give out 3 bonuses? Oh, we only gave out 2. I'll give it to James Irvin. He was fast with it. He was fast with it, and I liked it. So there you go. Oh my God, good, beautiful. We don't have to pay these guys a lot. All right, so before we end, I'm going to show you guys the next pay-per-view because it has some crazy-ass fights on it. Well, you can see it right there. The main event of UFC 55 is the return of Frank Shamrock at light heavyweight with a major size disadvantage, taking on the natural Randy Couture. And this is one of the biggest main cards that the UFC's ever put on. We're about to reveal what that is, but first, on the prelims, you're going to have the UFC debut of Antonio Bigfoot Silva against Dan Evanson, who is the Viking, 6'3". Not a bad opponent. Some big boys. Jason Thacker taking on the debuting Damian Maia. Brett Rogers taking on referee who is returning to action, Herb Dean. It's Herb Dean's fault. Akihiro Gono taking on Dan Hardy. Ludin Sinkal and Thomas Dwall. And in the main event of the prelims, what a fucking fight this would be. Lyoto the Dragon Machida coming into the UFC to fight none other than absolute bomber Houston the Assassin Alexander. So that is going to be a crazy striking fight, but nothing is going to prepare you for this main card because it is goated. Are we ready for this? I'll let you know right now. The main event is Couture versus Shamrock. The feature fight is Christian Mpumbao, okay, taking on WWE superstar coming in to UFC, and it's not Brock Lesnar, it is Kurt Angle. And in the co-main event, we have a debut, which is it's really just to set us up to look good. Fedor Emelianenko is signed with Pride, but we got a shitty brother that has hepatitis in the co-main event against Wes Combs. So we got a crazy-ass card. Undefeated 17-0 Jason Black taking on George St. Pierre. And opening up, who is this guy? It is going to be the UFC debut of Anderson the Spider Silva against David Luciao the Crow. Well, the Crow got to go because he's going to be taking on Anderson Silva. This is one of the most insane UFC cards I can make at the time. They had like one bad card, and then it was like prime UFC. So that's just kind of how it is. Wes Combs, Alexander Emelianenko. That's pretty crazy. Kurt Angle, Christian Mpumbao is pretty crazy. Couture Shamrock is crazy. And then GSP, Jason Black, Anderson Silva, Lyoto Machida, Houston Alexander. These are really legit fights here, folks. So UFC 55 is going to be absolutely incredible. And the lightweight tournament is still going to be going on. But none of those fights are featured on the pay-per-view, guys. I will see you tomorrow or whenever I am back with this series.